Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second ever episode of Plan the Parade podcast, and we got a full house. As you can see, Austin Owens, Jake Middleton, and of course, the long-awaited return of our OG podcast co-host, Chris Okrainetz. Buddy, first off, you got the respect shirt going.
Oh, yeah, you got a little Raptor shirt here.
Got to get the Raptor shirt, the one team in Toronto that's apparently not disappointing a fan base right now.
Unfortunately.
Well, the Blue Jays haven't had a chance to break our hearts yet.
Oh, it won't take long.
Oh, that's true.
Give them some respect. Give them some
When
time.
we started this new reinvented podcast a week ago, we came up with the name Plan the Parade. And in that week, the Toronto Maple Leafs have beaten the Ottawa Senators. They have lost to the Buffalo Sabres.
I like that that's the highlight of the week, is beating the worst team in the league.
Yeah. To then losing against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, I know we don't really want to talk about the game because the game itself was such a joy and marvel to watch. But unfortunately, it is the reason why we are here. It is the reason why Twitter is the one place you do not want to go to right now. So
Why?
guys, what is going on here? I'll let any one of you start.
That's Twitter. Twitter says fire Dubas. It's trending again. Let's just go through what's trending right now. I mean, if you want to get a good laugh, Spets
Let's
is
try
trending.
that like
Dubas is
coronavirus.
trending. Frederick Anderson is trending.
Spezza?
Well, you got to remember, it's geolocated. It's not trending in your neck of the woods. But for us three, it is.
That's true. This
I guess you live in Woodbridge?
No.
No,
This is
Chris,
August.
it's a
Oh,
sag.
and Shanahan is trending as well. So that tells you. And Hutchinson. Hutchinson is trending in Canada. So that tells you, he didn't play.
How
He's
is
not
Michael
even on the
Hutchinson
roster.
trending right now?
That tells you
That's
where we're
kind
at.
of embarrassing.
Oh, it's embarrassing. So here's the thing: the Leafs are technically still in a playoff spot, but the way you hear everything, it's like the Leafs have missed the playoffs. How has it come to this level?
Because, like, there's no confidence in the team at all. They're bereft of all confidence.
Yeah, and you can tell the team doesn't have confidence right now either.
No, I mean, how can you have confidence when your goalie's letting in goals that are like a fucking beach ball would go in, I feel like.
Well, I mean, just get the elephant out of the room then. Just ask the question right away. Is Frederick Anderson the problem? Because right now you have the debate.
He's been bad. I mean,
save percentage of the team is this, and that's the problem. Or it's management, or the fan base is split in two right now. So which side are you on? Or are you on neither?
I think now
I'm on neither. I'm in the middle. Like, if you're solely blaming one individual or one portion of the team, like, that's idiotic. I mean, the defense, like, they're playing so fucking shit. Like they said, like they were saying, I was listening to the radio, basically every single one on their D is forced to play up like one spot. So, like, Barry is a 2-3. He's forced to be playing a 1-2. Dermott's a bottom 6. He's forced to play top 6. It's like, it's just how it's going. And for months now, I've just always blamed it on other things, made excuses because they're so easy. Like, they've had shitty goaltending from backups. They've gotten literally no breaks. I don't think this team has ever... Have they gotten one break this entire year? Like, dead serious. Like, they'll have an injury. They'll have a guy come back. They'll get another one. They've had tons of injuries. But it's gotten to the point where you look at other teams and they aren't affected by these stupid things.
I think the team is looking for excuses, too, to not put forth Jake Muzzin had, I think, as Chris tries the star.
Your dog is running amok right now. You're good.
It's all good. I'm gonna pull up.
He's the most famous one here, so we really can't be upset.
No, we can't. I'm gonna pull up the Jake Muzzin comment. Let me see if I can find it. Crap, there's just so many comments on this game that it's just so like. Let me see if I can find the Muzzin.
If you're living on Twitter right now, you're doing it wrong, and people that are on Twitter right now need to log off because there's not a rational thing that comes out of people's Well, not even people's mouths because it's social media, but nobody says anything rational in this situation.
So here's what Jake Muzzin said. Everyone has to take a look in the mirror. We have to be better. That's unacceptable. We have to find the urgency, the passion, the love of the game, the love to compete for each other. All that needs to come. I don't know why it's not there.
It's not there because your team doesn't show up for 40 minutes a night and then realizes they have to win a game and shows up for the third when it's too late.
What I think it is there's been so much movement on this team that they're lacking the play as a unit. You look at the goals. Guys are getting out of position. Guys are running around all over the place. There's no communication. Like this team, I don't know what they really practice at times. It just looks like it's the same issues all over and over again. I mean, looking at those goals, there's D-men who are up in the slot covering nobody. Like,
if you want to blame Frederik Andersen for this game, and Jake, tell me if I'm wrong, because obviously I'm not a guy that played very often. If it's a backdoor pass, how often is it the goalie's fault?
Never.
I
mean, the Crosby pass, you can't blame anyone. He literally passed it through three guys. Find me a defenseman in the league that stops that.
Yeah.
He basically passed it through three guys. That's some scrub to score.
And that's a play only Sidney Crosby makes.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's just unlucky. Like you can't do anything about that. Same with the second goal where some guy with fucking one tooth like deflects it for his first goal of his career. Like that's another one. But like it's just like sometimes you have to have a save. And he doesn't make them.
He's not making them like he was before.
There's very few games where it's like, damn, that save changed the game. Like, let's go back. We can easily go back to that Buffalo game. Who changed the game? Their shitty goalie, whatever his name is, Hutton. He made two massive saves when it was 2-2, or else we take the lead and we probably blow them out. He makes two massive saves. They get a really unfortunate penalty because a fucking idiot steps on a stick, and then they score. Like, it's just keeps going on, and that's the consistent part about the whole season of this. They've had shit goaltending, and it's gotten to the point where, like, unless he's 150% healthy, you can't play him.
Yeah. So let's bring the goaltending conversation into this, because a couple of days ago, the Toronto Star was like, "Is there a goaltending controversy in Toronto?" I mean, this was more of a. I felt like it was more of a headline-grabbing piece.
Who wrote that piece?
Kevin McGran.
Okay, I was going to say if it's Rosie DiMano, then of course she wrote that piece.
It was more of a.
You have to ask the question. I get it.
If you read the article, Kevin McGran is just like, it was just something people threw out there, and he's not believing it, but it's something that's come about.
Well, we've both met Kevin, Dave. I'm not saying he's just throwing shit against the wall.
No,
he's not.
Kevin is a respected reporter. He's just not. Yeah. But it's a conversation considering how Michael Hutchinson came in, has looked incredible, and then you put in Andersen and he hasn't. Like what? I think the
Leafs whole system. Sorry to cut you off, Dave. Their whole system on defense is that Freddie Andersen has bailed out their shortcomings on defense with a big save that ends up helping the Leafs down the road, or a couple big saves. And he's not making those saves, and now you're starting to say, well, is it Freddie Andersen's fault? No, it's still the defense's fault. It's just Freddie Andersen's not bailing them out on chances that otherwise, last season when we were calling him the team's MVP, he was making these massive saves that would get the Leafs out of a jam where they completely left him out to dry.
Well, and thanks to Jake, I was curious to know, where do the Leafs save percentage as a team? So not just Andersen, all the goaltending, keep them with the other, the rest of the NHL. People wonder, why can't the Leafs be like Boston? Why can't the Leafs be like Dallas, like the good defense teams? Like, why is Columbus so good? Why is Tampa on this rise? Why is Pittsburgh, a team that has two superstars, but not some decent players, but not world beaters? How are they so good? Look at their save percentage. Boston, number 1, .923. Dallas, .920. Pittsburgh, 0.912. Tampa, who had shitty goaltending to start the season, 0.914. Columbus, 0.918 with 3 goalies, well, 2 of them really, that nobody's ever really heard of or seen. That is where, and you look at the teams in the top 16, and most of them are playoff teams, are doing a lot better than people expected, and a good reason, and Jake will explain more, it's the goaltending.
Yeah, I mean, literally, there's one constant in hockey. People always break it down. I don't know why they do it. Like, oh, you got to have a superstar at every level, which is true. You have to have a superstar center, superstar D, but you have to have a superstar goalie. If you don't have that, you're not winning shit. You could have literally the NHL All-Star team playing in your top 12. But if you have Michael Hutchinson in goal, you're not winning games. You're just not. I mean, that's the frustrating thing. I've played on teams with shit goaltending. Nothing kills a team's morale than awful goaltending because you have no faith in anything you do. I played games where we literally talked to like defensemen of mine. We can't allow shots. Like we literally can't allow shots. That's what it's got to the point. So you're playing that. You're playing with so much tension where you believe you actually can't allow a damn shot. Where like everything comes from your goaltender. Every player gets confidence from a goalie. If your goalie's saving everything, you got confidence knowing, all right, I can take some risks here. I can do things that, normally I can't because I got someone behind me that's got my back. And if you don't have that, it completely changes the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the heat map from tonight's game to find out where were the Leafs giving up their chances. Most of the goals are being scored in front of the net, which it's high danger areas. But there's times where Anderson, like all 5 goals were all in the pretty much within 5 to 10 feet of the net.
Well, the perfect example of that chance is we were talking about getting a big save. That 5-on-3 power play. I don't know, Dave, if you know which goal came off of that for Pittsburgh, but I mean, Jerry makes 2 or 3 massive saves for his team. One cross crease, one on Matthews, I think, one on Tavares. Could be wrong because I had honestly zoned out at that point. But
and how many goals did the Leafs allow on the penalty kill? 3. Pittsburgh.
He makes those big 3 saves, and then they go down and immediately score on a tic-tac-toe play, and that's just a deflator. Like, you're gutted at that point as the Leafs. You see Mitch Marner just sitting in the crease. He doesn't know what to do. You have 3 grade A chances, and then they come back down and pot one immediately. It's one of those nights.
Well, it also reminds you of the Buffalo game. What started everything? Kerfoot had the turnover at the blue line to let Opozo just run by him, escape by him, and then Sandin's trying to cut him off, but at the angle he's coming, Opozo just lets him escape by him, and then he pots it past Freddie, which in a shot that Freddie probably should have had because it was clean 1-on-1. And then Hyman has the brutal turnover, and that goes in the back of the net, and then another happens right after. It's a matter of, I think, more of once a goal goes in, that team just they just don't have the energy to say, okay, let's put this behind us and we'll get a goal. We know we can. They just don't have that right now. So the question here is, and we've kind of opened this a little bit, like the Fire Dubas crowd is coming out in full force, like tank, almost like when DX invaded Monday Night Raw with the tank, and they're just like, we're here to run the show. That's the Dubas hate crowd right now.
It's just Toronto Bagheads Triple H on top of the fucking.
It's just so stupid. Like, I don't understand it. Like, how are you blaming a fucking GM? Like, this isn't a guy that gave 9 years and $100 million to, like, Milan Lucic. We don't have shitty contracts. We've had to pay to get out of said shitty contracts that our old GM who gave away second-round picks for fucking hamburgers did for years. We had to do that to bail it out. And he's just, like, I don't understand. Like, I reasonably want to ask for every move. I'd be like, okay, before you have used bullshit hindsight, which is 2020 every fucking time, what would you have done instead? And they're like, well, I probably wouldn't have gotten Tyson Barrie. Like, are you serious? When that happened, everybody was like, hey, we got a 60-point defenseman. That's pretty good. None of us, literally nobody wanted to lose Nazem Kadri. Nobody here did. You had to. You can't do it. He fucked us twice. Twice. He lost us 2 fucking series because he's a selfish prick who doesn't know how to fucking deal with his own emotions. Like, I don't understand the argument. I love Kadri, but that is so fucking retarded. I literally would have said, get the fuck off the bus and walk home. Like, you're cross-checking a guy in the throat. Meanwhile, you get fucking Chara, who could two-hand a guy across the face and cut his face open, and he'd probably be like, oh, that's a $5 fine. Like,
yeah, but then he called Gallagher retarded and apologized, so he's a class act.
I don't give a fuck. He's a cunt.
Austin gets it.
Yeah. See? Back your shit, Jake.
Like, no, it's gotten to the point where, like you gotta just, this league is so fucking stupid. I don't know. It pisses me off. This is what happens when the Raptors are off until fucking Friday.
That's also true.
You got players who are champions of superstars. They're taking fucking charges in the All-Star game. Meanwhile, our fucking pussy-ass players can't beat the fucking Sabres.
See, you sound like Dubas now. You'd like to compare the Raptors and the Leafs and join them together? That's what Dubas does, too.
Fucking I would, too. I'd try and attach it to any winning thing I could.
That's why they have a basketball in a hockey locker room. What does that do? Might as well do the Hurricanes.
Somebody should just bring out a knife and pop that fucker and give it back to the Raptors because they're disgracing that ball.
I know that stuff sounds stupid, but that's genuinely things people bring up when they try and detract Dubas, as if he has anything to do with that stuff.
No, the thing is, like, the thing that I don't understand is, like, you're trying to do something different, and I respect that. It's like a different idea. It's not like there's any, like, is there any other GM that is legitimately good at his job? There's probably, 3? That I could think of one off the top of my head. Steve Yzerman does a pretty good job. Everybody else is pretty checkered. Joe Sakic, I mean, even he's made some, pretty bad
jobs. Yeah, he's made some questionable.
Of course he has.
Let's be real. Every GM has made some bad decisions. If you haven't been doing it long enough.
Yeah,
it's inevitable.
I mean, remember when Joe Sakic refused to trade Matt Duchene and everybody was all over him? He was getting crushed. I remember myself. I was like, just let him go at this point. And he refused, and he ended up getting an amazing deal. And you know who they got at that deal?
Bowen Byram.
Oh, damn it. I thought they got Cale Makar.
Bowen Byram.
They got Bowen Byram, who's still pretty good. But they sucked bad enough where they got Cale Makar.
Yeah, you get a move that in, the span of 3 years, you get 2 top 4 potential defensemen. One from a trade for a guy that was walking out anyway.
Potential Norris Trophy winning defenseman.
Cale Makar is that good, and Bowen Byram looks like he's trending that way.
Yep.
But yeah, Chris is absolutely right. If you're a perfect general manager, then
none of those exist. There's probably one in all of sports, and it's probably Masai Ujiri, who is batting 1,000
right now.
And then you could throw DeMarre Carroll in his face, right?
Yeah, he did sign DeMarre Carroll.
Yeah, so okay, he bats 900. My fault.
I'm just saying, there's always something.
No buzzers involved either.
There's always something. People were questioning Masai. I know when the whole Dwayne Casey. Remember Masai? Oh, how heartless he traded DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, that was so. I remember that. I was so. I wanted to start so many arguments.
Game of zones.
Game of zones, and a first round pick. Wait, DeMar and a pick. We better be getting a bloody monster.
But I mean, yeah, Dubas is going to make some mistakes, but I'm not asking, do you honestly think that he's made worse deals than he's made good deals? Because obviously people do, otherwise they wouldn't be having these arguments on Twitter.
There's only 2 things I can blame him for.
The contract.
Michael Hutchinson being, 3 things. Michael Hutchinson being the backup goalie.
Just the backup goalie situation in general, but that's hindsight.
Yeah.
2, Martin Marinchin's still on this roster.
And he got a new contract. I
don't get that. And 3, you know what? he shouldn't have traded Patrick Marleau. He should have just tried to make that work. Tell the other guys, look, Patrick Marleau's making $6. We have to make it work for a year. And don't trade your first round pick because you could use that now.
Contract negotiations too. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
those go hand in hand because he had to move Marleau to make the room. If he just said we're working with this $6 million, we have.
I wasn't there. I mean, I don't know. Based on all the stuff we've heard with the things with Marner, like he's a great player, but isn't he getting? What's he get? Like he gets 11, right?
0.893 because he wanted the Doug Gilmour 9.3 at the end of the deal. 10.893.
That's ridiculous. Like he's a really good player, great player. You can't win with just passers. Like the league's about scoring goals.
But Jake, he's a penalty killer too.
No, he's not.
He blocked a shot.
Literally, the thing that annoys me is the fact that people like actually think there's. I don't know why they put good players on penalty kill. It doesn't make any sense. But okay.
I can't wait for him to get a broken ankle blocking a shot, and then all Leafs Nation. Oh, look at it.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Fire Dubas, fire Keefe. He had Marner out on the PK.
It's like, and Jake, you were so right. Like hindsight is 2020. The only options the Leafs had on the table for a Nazem Kadri deal were TJ Brody or the Tyson Barrie trade, and he
could not have come back. Anybody that makes that is just being a clear asshole.
And Mike Babcock was not going to play him on the wing. He was going to play him as a third line center, which minimizes his potential and his value. So what's the point? Other teams see him as a second line center. Let's get a top right forward, right-handed top four defenseman, and which is what Dubas did. I don't see any other move.
I mean, for me, it completely changed after he gets suspended the second time. He could not have come back. Like it was the point of no return. Could not do it.
Well, here, look, we're talking about Kadri right now.
And for that deal,
why is the fan base so reluctant to blame the players? Why are we so quick to blame management? This trade, this person. Why is it never the players? We're at that point now. No, like we fired Babcock. We have a GM and a head coach that are aligned in every way. I don't understand what else is left.
You've brought in Jack Campbell. You brought in Kyle Clifford. You've addressed your backup goalie need. You've addressed your toughness need, your perceived toughness need. You've done everything. At what point
you've gotten
on
much
the players?
Bigger. Physically, they've gotten much bigger, like infinitely bigger. The only thing that can be brought in to the comparison is effort levels defensively, and also like goaltending. Like it has been so bad.
I think. Effort levels all around. I see Marner and Matthews taking nights off.
Yep,
it is, and
that's a cultural problem though.
Yeah,
like,
of course it is.
There's got to be something off there. Like, what the hell is that? That's junior hockey issues. That's not NHL issues. Maybe on a bad team.
I don't know. It just looks like they've been given a lot of things, and they've been celebrated as superstars. I mean, as they should. But, I mean, it's gotten to the point where somebody has to sit down with them and just have the Steve Yzerman, discussion with them. Just be like, yeah, you're hot shit. You score a lot of goals. You get a lot of points. Do you want to win? Like, do you want to win? Like, I loved, like, when I played, which is a long time ago, I loved scoring goals. I loved it. I like winning more. Winning is more fun than scoring goals.
Yeah.
Like,
do we want to be talking about losing like this?
No. Like, you have to also be able to make an impact every game. You don't have to get on the score sheet, which he does at an unbelievable level. He's probably one of the best goal-scoring centers in the last 20 years. But, people are asking for more. That should just tell you everything about it. Like, it's not just, we don't want him to. He doesn't have to be Pavel Datsyuk. He's not. Those stupid comments by Babcock. He's like, I see a lot of Datsyuk in him. Like, there's no comparison whatsoever. He probably already passed his career high in goals like a month ago. They're completely different. Once you start realizing that these players. I have this argument with people with, Nylander and all these things. Nylander's not a two-way forward who's going to win puck battles in the corner. That's not his game. Like, Isaiah Thomas is a point guard that's 5'9". He's not going to battle in the paint for rebounds. Once you realize that players have roles and they have to fit their roles. And right now they're not fitting their roles. There's not enough players who are, going hard on a forecheck and retrieving pucks and working their asses off every night. There's probably like 2 guys on the team. Like I think another one is I've been super disappointed with the secondary scoring. I think it's been awful all year.
Ever since McKay on Instagram, than he is getting better on the ice.
That's why I'm okay with trading him. Like he's got so many
I trade him right away.
But it's so aggravating because he's so good.
Yeah,
but he just does so many stupid things.
When does hockey become more important to you guys than becoming a celebrity? I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They have. I mean, I'm gonna bring in Martin here because he has his charity thing, but he has handlers, guys who are managing his business deals and his advertisement stuff. That should be all secondary. Worry about, if any of these guys were to win a cup.
He'd be a legend here, man. That stuff would be insane. Could you imagine?
Set for life. Darcy Tucker, who hadn't won anything in this city, has a job for life. I think he's probably going to make $500,000 a year to make public appearances, which are important. He's out in the community. But it's because he did the things that fans loved. And he may not have won, but he got them pretty far.
For as much as we bag on Martin Marincin, he wouldn't have to pay for another pint in his entire life if he won a cup.
Totally agree.
If he lifted that cup, fuck, I'd buy him around.
You look at the guys in St. Louis who broke that drought. You don't think those guys are... I mean, St. Louis, they've been dying for a cup. And look at those guys. Like, you think Patty Maroon, he got a job out with Tampa Bay, but you don't think he'd be, considering how he got them there in that Game 7 overtime goal? Things like that.
It's immortality, right? For a lot of those guys.
So, I do think, like, this is why you're supposed, Jake Muzzin, now Kyle Clifford. Like, I'm hoping a guy like Kyle Clifford steps up. Like, John Tavares was made captain.
He scored tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing with Jake Muzzin, I kind of think about it, like, I haven't really been impressed this year.
Well, he's kind of just piece, right?
He kind of just but he kind of
you guys said earlier. He
kind of seems like a step slow. He kind of seems a step slow sometimes, and I don't know. He's made some mistakes too.
I think right now he's one of those guys that are mentally fatigued. He had, he went through that injury, and he had to come back. He had to come back. Like, there's no way he was going to.
He's also. I don't know. I was kind of thinking about this today. I feel like the injury for Morgan Riley has completely changed like everything.
Yes.
Because everybody's playing out of position. Like, everybody's playing outside of their role. Like, Jake Muzzin is playing like 23 minutes. Like, he cannot do that.
You can't expect him to.
And you can't right now. You can't do anything with Barry either. I mean, he's playing so badly. It's unbelievable. Which is insane because I was so happy when they got him.
Me
and
too.
He has been the complete opposite of everything I thought that he was going to be. I cannot believe. I'm trying to think of a player who's tanked their free agent year this badly. I can't think of one.
Yeah, really.
Oh man.
Yeah, you'd have to really go back and research that.
He was talking like 8x8. I remember around the draft they were talking about trading him to Vancouver, and he wanted 8x8. Like,
I would almost just go back to Colorado.
He might get 5.
Yeah.
He's going to be lucky to get 5 or 6. He's going to
have a way shorter term deal.
He's going to have the issue Gardner had. Teams see the defensive play and they're not willing to take the risk on him. I mean, and Carolina's still trying to move him. He wouldn't go to Montreal. Well, things are bad for a player when he's like, I don't want to go to a market that wants to pay me because I can't handle it. I can't handle the scrutiny. Yeah,
that's another thing. I mean, I don't know if it's an NHL thing, but I just feel like there's so many guys that are so soft. Like, I don't know if this is just the only sport, and I don't know if it's a mentality thing for all NHL players. I feel like they're all so fucking soft mentally, and that's not brought up enough. Like, how are guys not wanting to be in big markets and on big stages and playing with pressure. Like, there's so many soft dudes. It's unbelievable. And you just look at this team, how soft some of them are mentally. It's ridiculous.
No, our team is inexplicable in that sense. The other big markets are rebuilding, but ours is we're ready to win a cup. This roster is built to win, and these guys just fold in any pressure situation. Like tonight, look at the Pittsburgh game. I know we said we didn't want to talk about it too much, but when they were down 4-5-0, our big four were nowhere to be seen. There were ghosts out there. Those are the guys you look to. Like, that would never happen with Crosby or Malkin or Patrick Kane or those guys. Even when the Hawks are getting crushed, Kane's still eating. Like, I don't get it.
It just feels like in the room there, a message isn't being listened to. Right now,
do you feel like the team might be a little too cliquey? Do you feel like they're not one team, if that makes sense? I know it's really cliche to say, but do you feel like certain guys hang out with each other and then this group kind of does their own thing and they're not really a team? I know it's super cliche to say, but
I think
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It feels like that.
Like we talked about when Jack Campbell came down, Mitch Marner took him and Muzzin out for dinner. Why? Where is the rest of the team? The whole team should be there. Yeah. The one thing about Spin Chicklets, and we talk about that podcast, it's one of our favorites. You talk about things that Biz talks about, like what teams do, and you hear the players when they get on the podcast. They all do things together. They're all it's a team thing. It's not me and a couple of guys. Like, I'm sure they have a group of guys they go and hang out with, but a lot of times you hear about the whole team, like even the Blues, the whole Gloria thing was started because the whole team was brought together.
Well, even like you look at things like the Leaf Blueprint, it kind of gives us a behind the scenes look at the team. Yeah. When they're on the road, they're not really all together at all times. Maybe it only shows certain things, but a lot of times you see guys kind of isolated, like, you get Marner and Fred or Matthews and so. They're not all together, and it's kind of, what the hell's going on? Why are they not always together? Like, especially in things that are pretty much staged and controlled.
Yeah, as Jake just had enough of this conversation. He's just, he's got to refresh. Don't spill this.
Dunzo.
Don't spill this one, okay?
Sponsored by Canada Dry, Mr. Middleton.
This, I think it's very true. I've heard my cousin even brings this up. He's like, it just seems like a team of individuals at times. I think that's fair.
It is completely fair. Yep.
How do you fix that? You move somebody, or
I think you need to add some powerful leader, like someone that's over 30 that has a really strong voice. Like, as this is never going to happen, but even someone that's like a complete alpha male, like Joe Thornton or something like that. Like, I don't think he's this great leader, but he's somebody that like demands respect. And there aren't many players. There's none in the locker room. Clearly, I think there's one that's above the average age of the players that demands respect, and he's not playing right now, unfortunately. And it's Morgan Riley, who I thought should have been the captain. I mean, I'm stealing that off of what you said, but I like John Tavares. He doesn't seem like a guy that commands respect. He seems like a guy who's wants to stay quiet, wants to stay out of the public eye. Like, he doesn't have any personality. He's a great player, but he's not a guy that is going to go up to you and be like, "Listen, you were dog shit today. You sucked." Yeah. He's not going to say that. No. And it's not going to happen.
That guy for us right now. As crazy as it is to say, like, you look at him tonight taking that horrible penalty behind the net. It was stupid. It's pure frustration. But then you see him going off on the bench, going off in the box. Like, he's the only guy with fire.
Well, and you look at him. He left the Islanders to come here, and he's painted as the villain. In the first game, he goes back.
They get routed.
A massive egg, and you think, this guy is being vilified. He's a villain in this town. Let's play for him. And what happens? I think that stuff like that says a lot about the team.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. It does.
I think, and you're asking whether they should trade anyone. I think if this ends up being a disaster of a year, you look at the roster, and I hate being the one to say, like, you look at the one who's not giving the effort or the one who's going to fetch you the most on the market, and you just say, okay, this is what we have to do to fix the team. additional.
I also think that even if you like went out and said like we would be willing to listen on them, you have to somehow just puncture a hole in some of these guys' egos.
Thank you.
To just be like, you are not entrenched in here as some legend. I mean, it's gotten to the like Austin Matthews, probably the best player we've ever seen this century in the last 20 years, and he is fucking celebrated that way, as he should be as a talent. But he also, you can tell he has like a pretty big ego. Like, how could you blame the guy? I mean, the guy makes $12 million. Yeah.
There's plenty of stories to back that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened in the offseason? Like,
I still could not believe he didn't reach out to the team. Like, I don't know why you would ever not do that.
Right there. He went to Patrick Marleau.
Yeah, who's not even.
I still can't believe Patrick Marleau didn't say anything. I would just be like,
his problem, right? He's not part of the team.
He's not part of the team anymore. He was gone by that point.
They wanted to get rid of him. Why would he help them?
I don't know. That's
Well, like things like that. You are not untouchable. There's no in society
nobody is
untouchable anymore.
They traded Wayne Gretzky. Nobody's untouchable.
Like, to me, this is what, year 3 of Dubas being in the organization? Not as general manager, but a part of it. Yeah. And a lot of the Marley guys are now with the Leafs. So Keefe is pretty familiar with this group too.
No, literally
now,
all of them are.
Yeah, so by now you would know who you think is a potential issue or is an issue. Move them by the deadline. This is clearly bigger than hockey now. This is a complete cultural issue for them. These are things that, sure, they may be a good player on the ice. If you know who it is or who you think it is, move on from them. Because if you miss the playoffs, nobody's off limits because this season is a complete disaster.
Yeah,
the only guy that
especially if you don't magically win the lottery or get in the top 3, which they more than likely won't. So they won't have their own first, which would be awful.
If the Leafs finish out of the playoffs, they're going to be in that no man's land where they're just outside, but they can't.
They'll be like 12th.
They're not going to be bad enough. They're going to be like Hurricanes, 12th. Minnesota Wild territory. Like,
yep. The treadmill of mediocrity.
Like how they've been in the past, like 12, 13, somewhere around there.
So here's my question. Has there been a team that has gone through what the Leafs have gone through and found a way to turn around, and what did they do?
Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah. I mean, the Blues last year, too, right?
Yeah.
Blues had sky-high expectations. Then Binnington came in and saved the day. They fired, obviously, Mike Yeo, Berube.
Well, yeah, all these teams have one thing in common, and they gotten bailed out by goaltending. That's the thing that pisses me off the most is people always talk about defensive structure and shutting it down. Like, they act like teams are playing defensively like the fucking 95 Devils. They're not. This is a league you can't cut, you can't grab people, you can't hold them, you can't hook them, you can't do any of that. It's almost impossible to play net front defense the way they did with Chris Pronger, who'd basically break his fucking stick into someone's back. You can't do that anymore. Teams are going to score. Like, yeah, you can play a bullshit trap if you want to be pussies like the fucking Islanders and the Dallas Stars. You're never going to win that way. You're never going to win. Ever. Like, I'd rather play the way they're playing right now than play like the Dallas Stars. That is so fucking embarrassing. They literally play to score one goal and then try and shut it down. Like, who the fuck are you?
They park the bus.
No, you have to play to your personnel. Like, I'm not asking them to just park the bus exactly like you're saying, because that's stupid. Like, why are you paying $11 million for guys to score goals when they're going to score like $4 million players? I mean, that's just
really asking this. Do you just ride Jack Campbell? I mean,
yeah, you have to,
right?
You have to just, at this point, we're in DEFCON 1 or DEFCON 5, whatever the fuck is the worst.
I think
you have to do whatever it takes to win, and this goalie is not doing it. I mean, the thing has been super over-exaggerated about Freddie is he's been great, but he's also had horrible miscues in really important points. Like Game 7s against the Bruins. He's been shit. He's lost them games, and he's also won them games.
Well, he's been extremely average the past year. He hasn't been.
No, he's been worse than average.
He's been
worse than average. He's been below average this year.
I think he's at like a 8.95 save percentage over the last like 80 games, something like that.
Horrendous. That's horrendous.
You know, I know he's got some super high peaks, but the lows are really bad.
Yeah, and I'd rather have just average all across the board than people that peak go like this. I'd rather know what I'm going to get consistently. I'd rather have a guy that has a 3.0 ERA than someone that could either shut you out at any point or let up 6 one night. Like, I'd rather have consistency. That's how you win in sports. Just being consistent every single week with your effort, with how you play. Like,
your approach, your preparation.
Yeah. Like in soccer, they always grade players out of 10. It goes 1 is awful, 10 is amazing. I'd rather have a guy that can have 7s every single game than can have a 10 and then a 2. Because it's just, you never know what you're going to get, and you cannot count on that.
I'm going to add one more point to this, and then we'll kind of get to the concluding thoughts. Jack Campbell, in that game against Montreal, where the Leafs had one shot in the third period, he said he blames himself for that goal that allowed Montreal to tie the game.
Yeah.
He said the boys were playing so well, and I let that goal in. They had no shots on goal.
Yeah. The thing was, it was a shit goal too.
And then you hear Freddie, but Freddie he's thrown a lot of shade at his team. You know, as a goalie, yeah, you want to see a little fire, a little passion, a little pushback on when your guys don't play well in front of me. I love the Jack Campbell approach. You know what? I let the goal in.
Freddie shouldn't be fucking saying shit. He's been awful.
I agree.
But also, Campbell shouldn't have to dive on the grenade. But I know why he did.
That's why. He came in here and he's like, you know what? I'm in a position right now to play in the playoffs. I'm going to do whatever I can. And rather than being in LA where you even counted on to play a lot and be a contributor on a team that's been terrible in LA. So I think you need to look at guys that are not contributing to a positive atmosphere in that team. I think, Chris, you're right. Like the Kasperi Kapanen stuff.
There's a lot of links to that stuff that you can't really say on air.
No.
You know?
How do you sweep the Kasperi Kapanen sleeping and missing a practice?
It's not the first time either.
No. Like,
that's just such childish shit. I mean,
well, I don't get it. Like,
that's the stuff that just pisses you off so much.
Your dad's an NHL legend. You know, you grew up in that environment. You know what it's all about better than anyone. What the hell?
It's also inexcusable. It's not like you can ever have a proper excuse for being late. It's literally the easiest thing you can do is actually be on time.
Isn't he not living with a teammate? How does a teammate not be like, yo, bro, you up?
I don't know his living situation, but still, that's embarrassing.
But a lot of these guys, I mean, most of the teams, they have roommates. That's part of the reason why you have roommates. Like Phil Kessel and Tyler Bozak, they didn't do that shit.
Nope. To circle back, Dave, I actually have an example when you said like where the Leafs are right now. How can this turn around? I thought about the Capitals 2 years ago when Holtby had the yips. And then Grubauer came in and kind of righted the ship for a bit. Ended up starting the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then Holtby came back and ended up winning the cup. Maybe Campbell and Freddie can replicate that. I don't know. It's really wishful thinking, but that's the only example I could think of where the Capitals were in dire situation too.
I think you send a message to to Freddie, like you're not like Campbell's given us the better chance to win lately. We're going with him.
Still don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know. I don't know how you can feel loyalty for somebody when the point is just to win games. Like there's so many trash ass teams in this league. It is so fucking easy to make the playoffs. It's unbelievable. Especially with the amount of talent you have. Look how the West is a joke. It's so bad. There's not one team out West that scares me. They are all so mediocre. It's unbelievable. Probably the only one is Colorado. That's it.
Colorado and St. Louis, maybe.
But the thing is, I can score on Colorado. Who the fuck's their goalie? Like Frank Coos or something like that? I don't even know his name.
Yeah, right now it's Frank Coos and Grubauer.
And St. Louis, like, dude, who offensively? I remember last year, I still think that's such a shit cup-winning team. Like, I can't think of a cup-winning team that had fewer stars on it in my life. They literally had a guy that they pulled out of the trash. Literally the trash. They sent him down to the fucking ECHL and he said no.
He wouldn't go. Yeah, he wouldn't go.
Yeah, he wouldn't go. they would have thrown him away. I love how they're just like, yeah, we actually believed in Jordan Binnington. Like, if anybody ever says that, they should just go fuck off. Because they didn't. They tried to send him down. They would have sent him down to the fucking college league if they could have. Like, he was that shit. Then he comes up and pulls off a thing that will never happen again. And I hate how people are bringing up St. Louis like that's a model. It's not a model.
It's not a model. That's
Leicester isn't a model. That's something that's called a fluke. It never fucking happens again.
Ask the Sens how it worked with Andrew Hammond.
Yeah, where's Antti Raanta?
Exactly, the Hamburglar. That guy's probably fucking flipping burgers.
Here's my final thought, and somebody asked me this a couple weeks ago. Do the Leafs go hard after Alex Pietrangelo in free agency?
Yes.
Well, in free agency. Yeah.
Free agency.
Yeah. I thought you meant in a trade.
I mean, the Blues are not fucking trading off a guy in the trade deadline.
They made
free agency.
They're not bringing him back.
Yeah, no, of course, which is idiotic, by the way. They would rather have Justin Folk than Pietrangelo. I don't think so. He kind of strikes me as a guy that would leave.
I'll bet money on it. His wife is from there. They just had newborn kids, all that. That's a bigger pull than people think. I don't think he's going anywhere. They can make money for him.
I don't know. After they traded for a random guy and committed 8 years to him, that would piss me off.
It pissed me off too, but
you literally ended a fucking 50-year drought for a team that's been fucking nothing for their entire existence. And you sign somebody else, they gave him 8 years, didn't they?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 or 8.
What the fuck's that?
Either way, a fat signing bonus can fix that. Tell ownership, got to pony up the
doesn't matter. He can get paid anywhere. I mean,
no, I get that, but it's clear he likes St. Louis.
I mean,
we would hear him put up a bigger fuss.
The typical NHL thing is stay where you're comfortable because they're all bitches who have no backbone. I mean, like, it's absurd. Like, this is a league where guys sign up to be fucking losers. Literally, Shane Doan did that. He signed up to be a loser. You got players. Jack Eichel signs up to be a fucking loser. Guys do this all the time, and that's just the way this league is. So it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know. He kind of seems like a guy who would be determined enough to do it. I have my doubts. If he does, though, you do whatever you have to do to try and get that guy, because I think that's exactly what they would need. Because he is a perfect alpha male, a guy that is capable of leading men. He's won a ton of things before. Doesn't he have 2 gold medals?
Yep, I think so.
2 gold medals. Has won a cup before. I mean, he's a great two-way defenseman. Like, unbelievable player. Like, that's what you have to do. And people keep bitching and complaining about, oh, they have 50% tied up in 5 players. They only have 5 players who are making an impact anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Here's the part of Chris too. On top of that, the Blues. So it's $6.5 million for Falk.
For Falk, right? By 7 years.
Let's see. 1, 2.
It couldn't be 8.
It is 6 years, unless cap is not going all the way there.
No, they're definitely right.
The Blues only have 7.7 projected cap space next year. Based on the 81.5, I think the cap has to go up.
Yeah, but probably go up a mill or two.
But they only have 17. They have 17 guys signed next year. Like
Who, the Leafs?
They're moving something.
Who, the Leafs?
No, the Blues. I'm trying to poke holes in this he goes back theory. Like,
I mean,
I'm coming.
They don't really. I don't know. I still have no idea how they won the cup. I have no clue how they won Game 7.
They'll say the refs helped them out. That's what the Blues.
I mean, pretty much a hope and a prayer. The goalie made like 21 saves in the first quarter or the first period. First quarter. Wow, that's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. This guy's a hockey fan.
Yeah, exactly. I sound like a pigeon saying that. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. They also didn't they sign like David Perron to like a 5-year deal, and he's like 34.
He's got 2 more years left, I think.
David Perron has 2 more years at $4 million.
Yeah.
He's on some weird deal. Was that with Edmonton? He had that weird stint with the Oilers. Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So he had a stint with some team. He had a weird stretch.
Braden Shen's contract extension kicks in at 6.5 over 6 years, or 5, 6 years. Like they have contract. Like the guys are getting pay raises. Like it's not like they're.
Yeah, they got to sign Vince Dunn to RFA, but still got to make space somewhere.
Yeah.
Put the fucking screws on him. Who the fuck is that guy?
Dermott's up this summer, isn't he?
Yeah, he better get paid. He better get paid fucking nothing, by the way.
Or he better get moved.
No, I wouldn't mind, man. I don't know what it is, like the fucking hype machine in this town or what it is, but he ain't that good.
Who's that? Sorry.
Dermott.
What do you mean he's not that good? Like, what do you?
I don't know.
He's not like I think, but the problem is, as Chris pointed out, he's being played up in a position he's not used to playing.
He was hyped by people to be this like top 4 puck moving defenseman.
You know who he is? The guy who's been in his tires ever since he was with the Marlies, Mr. Ian Tulloch, the big Travis Dermott fan. Where is he right now on Travis Dermott?
Has he even scored a goal?
Yeah,
Dead ass. Has he scored a goal this year?
Nope. I don't think so.
No way. I've never seen him score a goal.
I think he's got one. But I would not be surprised if I'm wrong.
He's probably played 45 games. He's got 1 fucking goal, man. I'm telling you, put me on the ice. Let me play 10 minutes. Let me sit my ass in front of the net. I'll probably get cross-checked in the back of the face by Chara 11 times, but I'll score a goal.
Hey, he has 4 goals and 10 points in 6 games.
Yeah.
Sniper.
How does he have 4 goals?
Put it on the board.
Even CC has a goal. Jake, come on.
He's gonna pass his career high if he scores 1 more goal.
So look, if you have him in like a third pairing role, let's say, I think you can live with that.
Yeah, he's at bottom 6.
Today's hard. Yeah, okay, fair. Totally agree. Especially in today's hard cap era. You know what, you guys, we didn't even talk about actually? The reported deal for Muzzin. 4 years, 5.5 mil.
Yeah, it seems a little high. I figured like high 4s, but
he's getting 4 right now. So if you even give him $1 million,
I don't see any way you can be like, yeah, that guy definitely deserves a raise.
Well, with the no trade clause, he'll probably get 2. That means he's here for the expansion draft.
No
trade.
Are you fucking kidding me? What is this, JFJ era? I'm not giving him a fucking no trade. That's retarded.
Chris Johnson said he's getting at least one of them.
That's stupid. That's idiotic. Are we this desperate for fucking players that we're giving basically number 4 defensemen trade kickers pretty much? Like, all right. What the fuck is this?
Liljegren and Sandin are up in the NHL. Name us a defenseman in the AHL.
There's none.
That are like still to come up?
I mean,
I don't even think they have a good...
name you a couple, but they're not ready.
Oh, no, yeah, there's nobody, man. Well, that's how it should have been, right? Like the Marlies were so good, we developed in-house that.
Yeah, now they've been fucking gutted.
But that 2 straight years of no first-round pick, like, unfortunately, good defenseman like a Sandin comes in the first round unless you find a guy and he's like they need to find like a Colton Parayko type that can exceed the potential.
People also need to realize that these are like just diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
Like I remember people are like, "Oh, Nashville, the factory of defensemen." It's like, yeah, they got lucky hitting on some late round picks for stud defensemen.
First round picks, though.
Look at all the best defensemen in the league. I would guarantee like 85% of them are first round picks.
Majority of them are the elite ones.
Just go and look at defenseman scoring top 20. I'll guarantee you 75% minimum are first round picks.
Let's see here.
Just do a quick read off.
At least for Nashville, what they had, Yossi was out of the first round. Ellis was a first rounder. What's his name?
Dante Fabro, first round pick.
Yeah.
Ekholm, not a first rounder.
That's what I was thinking of.
Again, they should
Ellis
just not
was
be
a first rounder.
Shea Weber wasn't even a first rounder.
Second rounder.
Yeah.
So was Ryan Suter.
Yeah.
John Carlson was a
first rounder.
He was like a top 10, I believe.
John Carlson, first rounder.
He was like 23rd, I think.
Victor Hedman.
Yeah, he went second.
Second overall.
Alex Pietrangelo, top
First
5.
rounder, top 5.
Quinn Hughes,
First rounder, top 10.
He's actually
Tony
been amazing.
Angelo,
First rounder, late first.
Cale Makar,
High first rounder.
Brent Burns. Well,
High
He was
first
first.
rounder.
He was a first.
Yeah.
he was first. Round.
Late first as a forward.
Yandel,
First rounder.
Dougie Hamilton,
First rounder.
Chris
Top
Letang,
Chris who?
Chris Letang,
He was a second rounder.
Eric Carlson,
First rounder, mid-first rounder.
Torrey Krug,
Fourth rounder. He was
Yeah. He was a U.S. player.
Okay, Shea Theodore,
Michigan State. First rounder.
Brian Suter,
Second rounder.
Neil Pionk.
I don't even know.
He got drafted.
He was drafted by the Rangers.
The Rangers, yeah.
Okay, let me look.
How
quick.
is he on this list?
He has 39
Because there's not that many good defensemen in the league. I'm glad we
That's
reached this
another
point.
thing.
Thank you.
That's
So many
why
people
you
think
have
there's
to
just this
overpay
abundance of amazing defensemen. There isn't.
If one amazing defenseman does hit, you fucking pay him. I still don't know why you would pay like Musson if
Neil Pionk was drafted.
he was undrafted. Yeah, fucking lucky him.
Okay, I'll continue the list. Zach Werenski,
For a fucking top 10 pick.
Jeff Petrie,
I don't know. Probably a late round pick.
Rasmus Dahlin,
First overall.
Shea Weber,
Second rounder.
Aaron Ekblad,
First overall.
Oscar Clefbaum,
First rounder.
Jeff Petrie was a second rounder.
Tomas Chabot,
High first rounder.
Tyson Berry, second rounder,
Second rounder.
Matthias Ekholm,
Fourth rounder or something.
Miro Heiskanen,
Third.
overall.
Either way, like look how far down the list you are now,
I
and look how
haven't
many guys
overall.
outside of the second round. Like,
I haven't pro.
There's been 4. I've counted them.
Seth
Overall, top 10.
Cam Fowler, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
first
think
rounder.
about that.
Yeah, that's where you get them. It's in the first round. That's the only way you get defensemen is you draft them.
really good defenseman.
Yeah.
Stone
And
defenseman.
if there's one, there's literally been 3 top defensemen that have ever been in free agency. Ryan Suter, Wade Redden, Zdeno Chara. I can't think of others.
Yeah.
and if you relate this to the Leafs, though, the Leafs' best defenseman has been Morgan Riley. A lot of people would say, and he was a
5th overall pick.
And their second and their up and coming defenseman, both
First round picks.
Yeah, both of them.
And their second best defenseman on the roster, Cody Ceci. Wait, never mind.
First round pick.
He was a first.
He was also a first round pick to my surprise.
So I think people need to realize that defensemen don't get traded. Good defensemen really rarely get traded. You have to draft them in the first round, most likely, for them to hit pretty quickly.
Yes.
So, like, Dubas is trying to get Matt Dumba right now. That's the word. He's being really aggressive. Well, guess what? Dubas just lost a lot of leverage because Minnesota is just like, yeah. First off, Minnesota doesn't feel like they're far behind on being a playoff team after they
Finally.
The Leafs already don't have leverage because they're going to trade the 3 picks they haven't already given up in previous trades for the next 2 years.
I mean, they don't have a leverage anyway because you got fucking dumbass shills in the media who literally just drive up prices for funsies. Like, it's unfucking believable.
Yeah. So I remember a couple weeks ago, the Wild were like 2 or 3 points out of a playoff spot. They're now 7. So
They need to tank. Like, they need to tank.
So
we talked about this before. The Wild are one of those teams that they never really get
they're
better
on
or worse. They just
They're like
fluctuate.
the Detroit Pistons. They're on just the treadmill of mediocrity.
They're
They'll
just
finish.
there.
They're not good enough to make the playoffs or go far or do anything. They're not bad enough to get the elite players. And that's the worst spot to be.
And one time they tried to get the elite players, they overpaid them severely with dog shit contracts and Suter and Paris.
Well, I was okay with that. I probably would have done it too.
But
at the time, I would have given Suter that money, to be fair.
Imagine Suter's still pretty good.
yeah, it's
like year 7.
Has been
He's
unreliable.
still he's at like 40 points at least, isn't he?
The thing is, they don't even make a lot of money. They just make like
a
$7 million
fitness
until like 2034.
but it adds up when you add in the Zuccarello deal and all those other mediocre deals on top of everything else.
Lizard.
I mean, Parise's been decent, but he hasn't been, the elite.
He missed a decent amount of time with his back. Not this season and previous, when they were in their quote-unquote window to win.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if the only way the Leafs are going to land that defenseman is they're going to have to trade they're going to have to give pony up something other than picks. They're going to have to pony up a good player. And right now, if you're a team, what player are you going to touch?
I'll try all of them. If you were in a team, why wouldn't you ask about everyone?
Oh, you're going to ask them, but the Dubas is very. I mean, he's trying to be the player's GM in terms of trying to not rustle feathers with the players, but I think he has to now.
That's probably one of his few faults.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll change.
He does seem like he tries to be like pretty buddy with players when
he defended Cody Ceci. It was like
I still couldn't believe he did that.
It's like it's a lack of accountability for a guy that hasn't performed well, but yet we would still do that move. Just face the fact that you had to do that move because you wanted to get rid of Zaitsev. And that was the only way you could do it.
Talk about fire Dubas. That's right there. You deal with a year of Cody Ceci for Zaitsev.
Yeah.
That's why I don't fire Kyle Dubas. Just to round that all back together.
I mean, this is also like, 6 defensemen that we're talking about here? Like, if you're really in conversations about firing GMs, literally 90% of this league is fired.
Oh, they're not in talks about firing the GMs. Fans are demanding that he steps down.
Yeah.
I mean, which is fucking retarded. How about you just talk about like Don Sweeney, who signed Matt Bolesky, David Backes, and the fucking shitty defenseman John Moore. Like, the thing that doesn't get talked about enough is like, they got these superstars on these retardedly cheap deals
because they weren't.
And they're still up against the cap because they're paying dog shit. They're paying Backes like $6 million to play for the Providence Bruins. Like,
he's not even playing for them.
Yeah, he's done.
Good, because he sucks. He's gonna
be working for Nesson pretty soon.
Yeah, fucking. The guy should go be playing in like the goddamn AHL. He'd probably still be buried in the AHL.
This is the part that kills me is that when all those guys signed those deals, none of them were superstars.
No, that's why the only reason you should ever enter into free agency is if an all-star player or a legitimate difference maker is available.
And that's what they thought they were getting with John Tavares. And
and they have. He's not the problem. Like, you're paying for those guys all day. I'd rather pay him than pay the 3 guys I just named the same amount of money.
Yeah, but that's grit.
Dude,
I couldn't read this.
Please go look at what even is Matt Bolesky doing right now? Does he own like his local DQ or something?
That's so wrong.
I don't even think he's in the NHL. There's no way.
I mean, he's owning a DQ while making $3.5 per still.
Yeah, exactly. Getting paid.
He's still getting stacks to make soft serve.
So after Matt Bolesky signed a 5-year deal for $19 million.
That's awful. That's what is that? It's $4 million a year.
He is now with the New York Rangers.
What? Hartford Whalers.
He
you get Chris Newberg?
No, the Hartford Whale.
Oh yeah, that's my boy. Toby Boy Sports.
Playing for the I'm pretty sure he's playing for Hartford, and the Bruins retain half that contract.
Wow.
Did the Rangers get like a 2nd or 3rd round pick for doing that? That's one of Gorton's moves.
I think so.
I'd need way more than that.
No, you would take that.
Let's see, retained salary.
$2 million in cap space.
Hey, you're the Rangers. We're rebuilding. Well, we'll take that. Take all the picks.
I'll tell you one thing. Fucking Rangers. That's who I'm going after is Alex Pietrangelo. If they can find a way to get rid of Hank's money, whew.
That's been a big thing lately. Like, what are they going to do with Hank? Like, are they going to buy him?
Yeah, get
Eric
rid of him.
and Friedman were talking about that in 31 Thoughts, and it was pretty interesting.
You want to know how the Rangers got Bolesky? So The Rangers traded Rick Nash.
Okay.
Oh,
Ryan-
yeah. I remember
Ryan
this deal.
Spooner, Matt Bolesky, Ryan Lindgren, a first-round pick, and a seventh-round pick. Wow. And the Bruins retain half on that deal
Let's go.
to get Rick Nash, who I don't think Rick Nash did much in Boston. So that's another thing. Boston's been really bad with those like deadline acquiring guys.
Well, he helped bury the Leafs, didn't he?
Did he? I don't think so.
I think he was on one of those.
DeBrusque, that was like his series.
Yeah, I thought he was on that team a couple of years ago that beat the Leafs.
Well, yeah. Let me even see. I don't even
What?
remember.
The first time they lost in 2013, weren't Ginla and Yager on the Boston team, or am I?
I don't think they.
No. Yager should retire in like 2016.
No, he was on Yager.
No, 2013. I'm talking about the first one.
Oh.
Oh.
You said Rick Nash to the
That's a
Bruins.
dark
That's what I
place.
thought you heard.
Rick Nash
No.
had 5 points in 12 games in that for the Bruins in the playoffs.
It's pretty good. I mean, for Rick Nash at that point in his career, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, guys, wow, I think we unloaded a lot there. I definitely think we did. The next time we potentially talk, the trade deadline will have probably come and gone.
You guys are going to trade me for Chris full time.
Wow. No. Come on, man. I can never do that.
I mean, you won't have to. They will.
You gotta shed Jake's salary first. You gotta make some cap space.
Yeah, you gotta. And I ain't going down to the AHL.
He's making more than Bolesky to sit there.
Right.
Hell yeah, I am.
My children aren't going to college just so Jake could be on this podcast.
Hey, Justin Thomas over there.
And also, don't forget, guys, all the good defensemen have been traded, so the Leafs won't be acquiring a defenseman.
Yeah, they didn't get TJ
Not like
Brody.
they could anyway.
Yeah,
They didn't get TJ Brody.
the Dylan DeMellos, the Brendan Dillons. Who else got traded today?
Yeah,
all
what
that
trades
matters-
happened today?
Alec Martinez is getting traded
Alec
tomorrow. Kipria said.
Martinez traded. Who else? I'm trying to think who else got
What's his name? Scandella.
Yeah.
Scandella.
Yeah, which is absolutely laugh out loud funny.
Buffalo's
They got a
favorite.
2 and a conditional 4, like 4 months after trading him.
Not
Not
even
even
4
6
months.
weeks.
6 weeks after
Oh
trading
my
him for a fourth
God, man.
Buffalo.
That always makes me feel better. If you ever feel like shit, just remember you're not the Sabres.
Yeah.
And we lost to that team.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's a good place to leave it off. So thank you guys all for listening. Please comment if you have anything intelligent to say, which I know can be tough. I'd like to thank all the guys for staying up past midnight. Enjoy your sleep, because
I
I know.
hate the Leafs right now that much.
Yeah, that's how much we want to talk about the Leafs. We were willing to sacrifice our bedtime schedule.
We're all just like podcast. Yep.
So make sure you follow us on Twitter. I will put down all their handles so you can follow the guys there. You can subscribe to our podcast. I got us up on Spotify, everywhere, iTunes.
Jeez.
We're up everywhere, guys.
Look
so
at us.
just give us a listen if you want some more Leafs talk. We'll have it for you. So we'll catch you guys next time.